Davido for the social media. Are they ready for you now? Run to Dango! Run to Dango! She don't go VDM. I am ready for VDM and Davido for the social media. Are they ready for you now? Run to Dango! VDM never cared about roots. No, he just wanted content. The same VDM we gave a nap tip 20 million naira. That's government money. Charity money within your account past 200 million. Yet, enough even bring out 20 million to carry give the root. May they go treat them for blood. Why? Now talk because you won't make money for content. VDM get Davido number. Davido get a Dangote number. Why VDM not tell Davido make it call Dangote? Because they feel that no carry and go Dangote office. That was his problem. He began telling Nigerians, maybe they talk bad about Fina. VDM, you are a very selfish person. We are not ready in this country. We are not ready.
Hello guys, welcome back and thank you so much for being here. What's going on? Please like and share this video. So I'm very sure that most of you by now have heard that Ruth and the sister of Fina has succumbed to her injury that she sustained as a result of Dangote truck accident. And since this whole latest development with regards to the sister, there has been one recurring thought that I have had, and that is like, what now? Now what? Please, if you are coming in, please hit the like button. Please, guys, if you're watching me from Facebook people, I beg, make una hit the like button. Thank you so much. Same goes for you, YouTube. If you're watching me or you're catching me later on in playback, please hit the like button. So like I said, that has been my recurring question, my recurring thoughts. Like, now what? Yes, I know that Dangote people have released a statement, and in the statement, they promise to do their best. Let me even see if I can find the statement now so I can go ahead and read what they actually, I got it. What they actually wrote. So this is the statement that Dangote Group released. It says, "We are deeply saddened by the passing of Ruth Otabo, who was injured in the recent road accident involving one of our trucks in Auchi, Edo State." Fine, let me just say this, right off the bat. And I think it's because of the public pressure. I think it's because of the people who have reached out and people who have been speaking out and calling Dangote, especially considering the history of this happening. I think they know this right here. This is an admission that something bad happened with their truck. So to me, this is an admission. This is them roping themselves in legally and saying, yes, this happened. They are not denying that this happened. Which you might think that this is far-fetched. How can they deny? Yeah, they have the means. They have wealthy. They have vipers for lawyers that can, argue whatever. And I'm sure that if it really comes down to it, they have judges or whatever. But what Fina still has, what Fina's sister still has, in spite of everything that has happened, in wake of everything that has happened, is public support. And that cannot be taken away, no matter how people like VDM try, no matter how hard his minions try, that cannot be taken away. I see, I have already started to see the spin machines starting with VDM himself. I've already started to see the spin machines spinning this into whichever direction. I've already seen the likes of Blessing CEO spinning this. I've already seen Doris Ogiri spinning this. I have seen this. But the one thing, the fact that they continue, and by there I mean the Dangote people, the fact that they continue to take responsibility, to me, that is a step in the right direction. So let me keep reading. We are deeply saddened by the passing of Ruth Otabo, who was injured in the recent road accident involving one of our trucks in Auchi, Edo State. On behalf of the entire Dangote Group, we extend our heartfelt condolence to her family, friends, and loved ones at this difficult time. Since the accident, our officials and insurance partners have been by her side, covering all financial and medical costs and supporting her family. Arrangements had been made for her to be flown to India for advanced treatment, pending medical clearance from her doctors. Sadly, despite these efforts and Ruth's brave fight to live, we lost her. Let me say this, okay? I honestly think the Dangote people are doing, they are, they are saying all the right things, okay? Maybe what they have in mind is a completely different thing, but right now, based on what I am reading, they are saying all the right things. But I also think it's very convenient, especially when I take into account the conversation that Fina had with that guy that she has been corresponding with, the guy who said if Fina can bring a medical report, a report from a doctor, from one of Ruth's doctors, saying that they cannot treat Ruth in Nigeria. Do you get? So to me, that is already is already at the back of my mind, and I cannot shake it. So yeah, all of this sounds good. Their statement sounds very comforting. You get, if we didn't already know the backstory with regards to how they were trying to blow Fina off and how they were trying to like do their hanky panky, this sounds compassionate. This statement sounds very compassionate. This is a statement from people that are owning up to their fuck ups. Do you get? So I am looking at this and I'm thinking, yeah, we already know that behind the scenes, one of the people that's where one of the person that was liaising with Fina was talking to her sideways. But this statement to me sounds very comforting. I mean, I know they have their damage control experts, their PR team, who will, their public relations, who will do a good job of jotting the perfect response and the perfect statement in light of what happened now. Because right now, the medical aspect of it, the paying for the medical bill, that one is already out of the way now. Right now, it's about compensating her family and making sure that her children are good. That's what's right now. And I hope that the lawyers that Fina have, like the lawyers that she have, I hope that they don't screw her over. Because a lot of these lawyers, ultimately, they want to settle your case and move on. Because at the end of the day, they don't want to make enmity as a result of your case. So they're going to be buddy buddy. Both lawyers are going to sit down. They're going to be like best friends trying to iron out what is best. Do you get? And I hope that Fina's lawyer does not make too many concessions, because that's what lawyers do. I'm sorry. I have a lot of lawyers. I say this all the time. You guys know. I have a lot of lawyer friends, and lawyers make concessions all the time because they feel like if they are representing you, you are just one case. You will settle your own and you will go. There is a likelihood that they will meet the lawyer that they dealt with as a result of your case in the future. And so they don't want to leave too bad an impression, so that in the future, things might also, they don't want to muddy the water. They don't want to ruin a relationship. And that's the reason why you see sometimes lawyers, after digging it out in court, you see them go to a bar and have a drink together because they want to maintain that relationship that they have. They want to make sure that their opponent, they are in good standing with their opponent. They don't want, to get on their opponent's bad side, so that it doesn't close the door to any possibility of discussing, leveraging, negotiating in the future. So I just hope that finance lawyers are not just thinking about building a rapport, building a relationship with the Dangote team, as opposed to fighting for Fina, for Ruth's family. And that's my hope. You know, I hope that they have the fear of God, and they think about their own family and what they would think would be in the best interest of their own family should this be happening to their own family. I hope that they take that into consideration, because lawyers are very icky in that way. They don't care about you. They will act like they care about you, but ultimately they don't want to muddy the water. They don't want to ruin relationship. Because remember, they are still, maybe the lawyer might be one of those lawyers that are hoping to get into Dangote's legal team. And however they sort this one out is going to determine what happens in the future. I'm just saying hypothetically, but things happen, you know. But I do hope that they represent um, the Otabo family very well. But right now, based on what I am hearing, based on just the messaging from the Dangote team, everything sounds like they are ready to play ball. They are ready to, to be fair. But we have to wait and see, you know. Okay, so let me keep reading. Where was I? Where was I? Since this accident, our officials since the accident, our officials and insurance partners have been by her side, covering all financial and medical costs and supporting her family. Arrangements had been made for her to be flown to India. For me, I feel like this is interesting because if arrangement had been made, they were not communicating that with Fina. At least Fina was not telling us when Fina came out and she spoke about how she feels like the Dangote group people are trying to like mess with her now. She made it sound as though they were not ready to have the conversation about flying routes out of the country. So it's interesting how their statement now is saying that they were making arrangements to fly her to India, but they didn't communicate that with her family. So to me, that is like really interesting. Is that something that they are just now saying because it puts them in better light before the general public to make the public believe that, well, you see, this company, Dangote Group, is not that bad. They were actually considering flying her to India. Is this what they're trying to do? Are they trying to you know, put themselves in good standing with the general public? I mean, we have to look at all sides. Do you get? We have to look at all sides. We can't get carried away because we need to hold people accountable. I don't care how nicely worded their statement is. If I see bullshit, I'll call BS. Do you get? So that's just my sentiment on this, because if you just look at things on face value, that is how you end up with people like Very Dark Man. Okay. 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 Arrangements had been made for her to be flown to India for advanced treatment pending medical clearance from her doctor. Sadly, despite these efforts and Ruth's brave fight to leave, we lost her today. Yeah, I think it's interesting. She really did fight, Ruth. She did. She did. She put up a fight. Yeah, she did. And good for her too. And I hope, you know, this is one of the things that they get to tell her children, that your mother did put up a fight. She was not going to be taken out without fighting. She went out with a bang. I think her kids will be proud of her to know that she did. Because when you think about the level of injuries that she sustained, the fact that she was still alive up until today, my goodness, she fought. She fought for her life. Yeah, she did. So continuing, the Dangote statement says, at Dangote Group, safety, accountability, and compassion remain At the core of our operations, we remain committed to strengthening our safety systems and supporting those affected in moments of tragedy. May God grant her mercy and eternal rest. Amen. And it was signed by the Dangote management. Amen. It is a tragic thing. It is a tragic situation. Yeah, yeah. Due to no fault of her own. And what is even more pathetic is how people like VDM and his cohort now, like he has now assembled, whether directly or indirectly, whether those ones are just people hoping to jump on the bandwagon, or, but he has now assembled a group of people who are known to be agents of chaos, disruptive people who are known to stand, to fight for the wrong side, people who are known to be on the wrong side of history. Because somebody like Blessing CEO, she is always and forever at the wrong side of history. Go and ask, go and do your research and see where she stands on things. The man that she's now flaunting as her so-called fiancé is a man that she claimed she was counseling during when the man had marital issues. And then when the man's wife met her tragic death, this woman went on a campaign of vilifying the dead because she needed to clear that guy's name. She went on a campaign spree to desecrate the memory of her now fiance's late wife, even though there are 5 children who are motherless. She didn't care. So these are the kind of people that I have now seen fighting to defend VDM. And what's also interesting is that this same Blessing was someone who was like cat and rat, being a cat and dog or whatever. They are between her and VDM. They didn't see eye to eye. She called him all kinds of names. But now, because she knows that she needs to get on the good side of VDM people, now she has now taken up the role of defending VDM's behavior. And the VDM posted a video today. And I was looking at the video and I was just looking at the smirk. He had a smirk look on his face, like it was almost as if he was enjoying the outcome. Because the moment that he came out to talk about the issues that he had with Fina, it became very clear to me that all he wanted to do from that moment was to sabotage the case. And so when I saw the video that he did today, like he had a smirk look on his face. He was smirking, pretending. I'm sure whoever it was that advised him to come out and make the video told him that on no account should he lay any blame on Fina or even talk about Fina in a mean way. But you can see the smirk. You can see that he was actually enjoying the misery that was going on. He was enjoying it. He came back and did a victory lap and did I told you so and started blaming bloggers and blaming commenters, trying to remove the blame, the sabotage that he attempted to do away from him. He was blaming bloggers and saying bloggers didn't share it. Yes, bloggers shared it. Yeah. Bloggers carried it as much as they could. He was blaming commenters that they were not talking about it. But what about you that came out to sabotage? You literally came out to remove sympathy. You dedicated videos and posts to ensuring that the Otabo family, Ruth's family, did not get sympathy. You divided the internet. You made it about yourself. Why? Because they did not allow you to come and sit at the table with Dangote people. You felt slighted, your ego was bruised, and you felt like if you cannot, you have to prove that you have the final say in this situation. It is you get to decide who gets what. And so you came to help yourself in a bit to sabotage them. You didn't just do the video, started making posts talking about 1 million. Fina was trying to keep a secret, 1 billion naira. Fina was trying to keep a secret, and all this other stuff that you were saying, things that did not even matter in the grand scheme of things when it came down to getting help. The Dangote people did not say, so we didn't know that this woman had children, so now we're going to, it did not make any difference. They know. They know. It was communicated with them that she had children. She was a breastfeeding mother who also had a 5-year-old. They knew about her situation. But because VDM was trying so bad, so hard to turn the public against the Otabo family, he proceeded to twist the whole narrative, trying to incite people to turn them to hate her, to hate Fina. And this is the person that you guys are saying is a good person. Oh, he's not a good person. Just because he oftentimes does things that you guys find acceptable does not mean, and that does not mean that we cannot ask him. The reason why Nigeria is the way that it is today is because there is no accountability. Politicians will do whatever they like. If you even want to come out, people that are benefiting from the politicians, they will shut you up. They'll tell you not to talk. That is why things got as bad as they have gotten in that country. And now everybody is saying, yeah, VDM is not perfect, but he's trying. It's not enough. Settling for mediocre is how you people got here in the first place. It is not enough that he's just doing the bare minimum. It is not enough that he oftentimes dangle one good deed and proceed to do way more, way worse things. And then you guys will just hold on to that. This is like pyramid scheme mentality. Pyramid scheme. MMM. Plan well. When, at the initial stage, anybody who invests will get their pay, and then they'll earn the trust of the company, the pyramid schemers. And then because the first batch, even the second batch those ones too they'll get their investment on a timely fashion, exactly when they were promised their investment. And then by the third and the fourth, that's when, because by the second pay, people have become more trusting of the company. They're like, okay, the first people who invested, they got paid. The second people who invested, they got paid. So, I'm sure the third time is going to be the same way. And that is when they put pepper soup water in new people's eyes. Because by the third time, more and more people have trusted the company enough to invest. And that's when they carry your money and run away. Because they will more than make up for the first time that they paid and the second time that they paid. Because now they have quadrupled their investment, the number of people who invested in the scheme. But how did they gain their trust? Because of the first time that the people who invested got their returns, and the second time the people invested and they got their return, and everybody else felt like, oh, we can trust this company now. That is the strategy that VDM is using. And all the people that keep saying, he's not a bad person, he's not perfect, but at this point, you people should be striving for perfection because it's 2025. This is not a learning period. This is not time to learn. If anybody does not learn to be perfect or near perfect, then they will never learn. Not in 2025, not with all of the tools available, not with all of the information available, not with all of the positive examples available. If they don't learn to do right by you in 2025, they will never learn. So yeah, mediocre is not enough anymore. It is not enough. But he's not perfect. Mama, who's going to do it? So because nobody is going to do it, we're just going to fold our hands and allow somebody to continue to be misbehaving. Eh? So because nobody is going to do it, nobody else is stepping up, then we're just going to pretend and allow people to do whatever. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. No, that's not okay by me. Sorry. That is not okay by me. Whatever you think he's doing, however you think he's doing, he can do a lot, way, way, way more better than what he's doing right now. If only you people would just push it, let him know. They will say, don't criticize him, he's trying. And that's not how. But you people that are his fans, you are not even, you're not you're not holding him accountable. All you do when you go there is to applaud him and tell him what an amazing job he's doing. Whereas he's not doing anything, he's taking advantage of you. And then there are those that will say, what is it benefiting? Do you really think VDM will be doing this if he didn't have an incentive to do this? You think he'll be doing this? Make una they use una teeth, una tongue, they count una teeth. Because being stupid, like, there is no excuse of stupidity in 2025. There is none. I saw the video that he did and he was smirking. He had the look of a cartoon character villain, you know, the bad man in a cartoon movie. That guy what's his name, Mr. Reed or whatever, in The Simpsons. That the richest guy in Springfield. Whenever he wants to do something bad, you know, that evil smile. Or this the Grinch. When Mr. Grinch wants to do something bad, you know, that evil smile. That was what he had. That was what VDM had. He was smirking when he was talking about Fina's sister passing away. He was smirking. Like, I told you guys, without me, nothing will happen. This girl will buy. But the thing is that, Oga, VDM, you promise that if anything happens, if she buys, if Ruth dies, you were going to, like, do whatever. It's time for you to come and make good on the promise that you made, though. It's time for you to make good on it. You promised that you were going to do and undo if the girl buys. I hope you're already, because I haven't heard you say anything about whatever it is, what you're organizing. I've not heard. But I remember all the talking about, you people is wash his hand. No. He said that if anything happened, that he was going to do X, Y, and Z. So now we're waiting for him to go and make good on the promise that he made. You people need to love yourself. You people need to respect yourself. You people need to believe that you deserve better than somebody like VDM. You need to believe that you deserve better. Somebody that is dipping into NGO account and spending 7 million under how many days, not even a week, to lodge in a hotel. And that won't be the NGO when una donate money for. Maybe now waiting to donate money for be that. I don't know. Because I know that somebody is gonna come and tell me, hey, it's none of my business. Okay. Anyways. I saw this video of this lady speaking so passionately and addressing. I saw this on Gossip Mill, addressing the bullying ratatouilles. Yeah, I only listened to a snippet of it and I wanted to like react to it. Yeah. Everybody knows that ratatouilles are the most problematic. They are so incredibly problematic. They are so problematic. They never want you to even question him, hold him accountable. They don't care. But you can't live like that. You can't.
To you, and it will not be anybody's fault. They turn me to a bad person. But anybody that knows me knows I always attack what she does. When she came at Israel, DMW, that Israel, and her Sheila husband, I went for her. You know, I will put it in a constructive way. Because you all know, when it involves people that are popular, I try to be careful. You know, just the way I'm careful when talking about Deji or Very Dark Man. Because you don't know what they are going through at that point in time. But you know, I'm hardly on the side of Fina. I don't follow her. Even till now, I don't follow her. But when she came to my DM, you could see that for you to come and meet me, meaning say, you don't fool your head. If you watch Fina for life, if Fina call you video call, you look Fina, you pity Fina. If Fina narrates everything, give you, even if you be winch, you pity Fina. I beg Fina, yes, I said, please, now you have said your part of the story. Can we go back to justice for your sister? That's what I begged her. And she said yes, that she just needed to see a part of the story. Ma'am, she said she no fit sleep. Said that they threaten her. Nobody understands that. It's not like that. I said, when I go settle one later.
And let me quickly say this. And this is another thing, right, that I have been seeing from VDM supporters. They've been saying, Fina, you should have just kept your mouth shut. Fina, you should not have said anything. Fina, you should not have talked about, or you should not have addressed or debunk or clarify the narrative that VDM put out about you. When they say those things, and these are the same people that have no problem whatsoever running with the narrative that VDM pushed forth. They are spreading it with their followers. They are spreading it like wildfire. They are passing it off as the truth because they heard from VDM. So somehow, Fina is the one that is the problem for addressing, telling her side of the story. When you have a man who is hell bent on sabotaging the case, on removing sympathy, taking sympathy away from the family, on trying to like convince people that Fina is a bad person, don't feel sorry for her family, she was trying to hold a secret or whatever. But somehow, Fina coming out to give a very different side of the story of what happened with evidence, with proof, clarity. Somehow she's the one that is doing something bad because she dares to come out and defend herself and give context, because what VDM did was essentially manipulated the whole story, bear false witness, but people have a problem with Fina coming out to address it. How is that fair? And these are the people that will come and say the government is bad, this and that. So you want her to shut up her mouth while VDM continue to push, while the lies that VDM has pushed about her continue to like fester, germinate, and produce fruits that will turn around and bite Fina in the behind. And that's still not hypocrisy. Do you people see your hypocrisy, VDM supporters? So she should not have said anything. She should not have clarified when this man came out and completely lied. The narrative that he gave, he made it seem as though Fina was a bad person. Fina completely blew him off for days. He was very intentional about not mentioning the time frame because he knew that if he did mention the time frame, even the people that are listening to him, even his supporters will be like, Abba, which one is your own? You're sounding as if she blew you off for days or weeks when it was just several hours. So he was very intentional not to mention the time, the duration, the time between when they finished talking and the time that he sent her the text message that basically just reiterated what they had just talked about over the phone. And she didn't feel a need to respond. And then, in addition to the time that she texted him and said to send her that guy's number, he completely misrepresented the whole thing and put his own spin, painted a completely false image of the situation. And people ran with that. People ran with that. But Fina coming out to defend herself and bringing clarification to what actually happened is now the bad person, yeah? Okay. My sister na never ready for that country. Na never ready. Go hard una for that country. It go hard.
Later on, I go settle one. Please, let's go back to justice for your sister. And she said yes, so that's what she wants now. That they say by Monday, they will fly her. And I made a video. I said, VDM, this message is for you. I made that video more than 10 times. Because I was looking for the perfect tune. We no go offend person. You know? They say you hate VDM. Why will I hate VDM? You are a bastard. If you ever think I hate anybody that speaks out. I make videos every day.
That's what they feel. As long as you are not just licking VDM nyash, as long as you are not just saying, yes, Baba, you are 100% correct in everything that you say, you are never wrong. Oh my gosh. You are perfection, Baba. If you are not saying that, if you dare, for whatever reason, after you have had it up to here with his shenanigans, decide to like call him out or hold him accountable, they will just forget every other time that you had defended. They will just forget. All they will want to focus on from then on is that one thing that you said that they did not agree with, that one time that you did not worship the ground that he walked on, that you did not lick his nyash. That's the one that they will remember. They will completely forget every other time that you supported him, that you encouraged him, that you lifted him. That's all they want. They just want you to just continue. Never hold him accountable no matter what he does. He's perfect, he's never wrong. But who can live like that? No honest person can live like that because it is that same mindset that brought the country to where the country is today. I always talk about my favorite quotes here. The one that says, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. I love that quote. It's like my top 5 favorite quotes because it encapsulates everything that dictate whether humanity will move forward positively or not. Because some people, they have this cult mentality when it comes to VDM, or just insert anybody that they like. Insert anybody that is like generally liked. There is this cult mentality where they start to worship that person. I told you guys, I believe it was a couple of videos ago, we're talking about this VDM situation, and I told you guys that just watch and see. Now that VDM has made a video entitled it that he's not God, that is the same talking points that they are about to be regurgitating, even though these same people have carried on like VDM is their God. His word is Lord. I told you guys, I said, just watch. Now that VDM has said, I am not God, that is their talking point now. And guess what? Because I know them. My university degree was not in vain. I studied psychology of human behavior. Like I said, true to that, if you go anywhere, people are speaking out about VDM and his shenanigans and his behavior. The one thing that you will hear from people is that his supporters is VDM is not God. VDM is not God. But when I say not God before, say he can do no wrong. When I say not God, he can do no wrong. Is that not what you people have been saying? All of a sudden, VDM is not God because he's now told you guys that he's not God. They just sit around, wait for him to say something, to throw in a few talking points, and they will just run with it. It is amazing how it is amazing how these people, how they've basically relinquished control of their brain to VDM. He can now do as he see fit with. They sit around, they wait for him to like give them a talking point, and they run with it. It is amazing. It is amazing. Hi, Alero. Alera says, Kadi, hi, Kadi. Kadi says, yes, bad people prevail when good people do nothing. Right. Right. So when you, even if your heart is in the right place and you are a VDM supporter, and somewhere in this mist, he has done something to impress you so much that you think, oh my gosh, he is the Messiah. He is the chosen one. He's going to take us to the promised land. If this is what you believe about him, and he's doing things that you know in your heart are wrong, things that are not good, things that had somebody else done it, you will have a completely different reaction to it. But because it's VDM and you have now voluntarily handed your brain to him, come on. And so you're not going to talk again if you see him doing things that are genuinely unacceptable to you. You won't say anything because you worry that because you don't want to question him. Then something is wrong with you. Don't care if you're a good person, and that quote is for you. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Because if you're a good person, you give to charity, you love your family, you provide for them, and you don't hurt people intentionally or whatever. But then you're sitting there and you're seeing all this bad behavior that VDM is doing, and you're keeping quiet, you're not checking him, you're not challenging him, then you are the reason why he will continue to escalate this poor behavior of his. Yeah. You are the reason why. Because his minions have become bullies, because You people have chosen to stay quiet when you see him doing the bad things because you are afraid that those vipers, those bulldogs that are in the comment section defending him will come for you should you question some of his behavior. And this quote is for you. And then you have to check your moral compass because it is not okay. It is not okay. Alera said they are all double standard people. Very much so. Very much so. They will put up with things. They'll put up with things when it comes to VDM that they will never, in their wildest dream, put up with. There is somebody that they are beefing with now. I don't want to mention her name now. There's somebody that they are beefing with now, somebody who used to be a strong supporter of VDM. When that person and Blessing CEO, let me even mention the name, is Easy. They are fighting with Easy now, Easy Ogbede. But Easy Ogbede was the Ratatouille sweetheart once upon a time. Easy Ogbede was Ratel's sweetheart once upon a time. Easy Ogbede has a past. They were more than okay to ignore that past of Easy Ogbede. She has made no secret of her past. We all have a past. You see the Rattles, yeah? They had no problems with Easy Ogbede's past, though. In fact, when Easy Ogbede decided to chest Blessing CEO, after Blessing CEO came for Very Dark Man, Easy Ogbede told Very Dark Man, don't worry, focus on your charity work. I will chest Blessing CEO. Do you know what the Ratatouilles do? Do you know what they did? The Rattles. They supported Easy. They defended. They will go there, they will clap. They will go to, even when Blessing will use Easy's past to mock Easy, they will go to Blessing's comment section and be shaming Blessing, insulting Blessing, and defending Easy. But now, it is the same past that they were perfectly fine with. The same past that they didn't have a problem with, that even when somebody like Blessing will bring it up, they would shame Blessing, they would drag Blessing, they would say, yeah, we love Easy like that, it doesn't matter. It is the same past that they were very, very okay with that they are now using to shame Easy. You see their hypocrisy, you see their double standards, and all of a sudden, Blessing is now their sweetheart because Blessing has now decided to capitalize on this particular issue and use it to win Rattles over to her corner. And because she has now used this whole situation to win Rattle to her corner, these same Rattles are now going to Easy's page and telling Easy, the same people used to support Easy, they are now coming to Easy's page to shame Easy and tell her, Blessing, they wait for you. Blessing CEO is looking for you. Like, as long as you are not supporting VDM, as long as you stop supporting VDM, they don't care what they accepted from you before. They will turn on you so fast your head will spin. Because they don't care. They don't even care about you. That's the thing. When you acquire following based on fan base or whatever, that's all they care about. They are only there when you are talking about that particular person that brought them to your page. And the minute you start talking negatively about them, they are done. the minute you challenge, it's not even negative. The minute you question them, the minute you attempt to hold that person accountable, that's it, that's all. They are done. They are done. And that is sad because that's like court like mentality. That's like you are in, that means that feels like you're in a cult. You're in a cult and you worship your court leader, and your court leader can do no wrong. Isn't that a situation of going from frying pan to fire? You say government is bad, government is taking your voice, government is not doing right by you, and so you now assign somebody that you willingly give all your right to treat you even worse than the government was, because at least you can accuse the government of not treating you well. But this one that you intentionally just gave your rights to this person willy-nilly, freely, you have no one else to blame but yourself. Like, it is amazing to me, the mindset of these people. It is amazing. Let me read your comment, Kari. Kari says, honestly, Miss Jade, the first time you called out VDM, I was shocked that you saw through him. I don't think Nigeria needs a pseudo government. What if everyone chooses to become a vigilante like this? Exactly. Yeah, from the very beginning, because I saw him for what he is. I always did. I could have taken the other route that a lot of people have taken. I could have sat here and be like, yes, VDM for president, like Fina did. The Fina that they've now turned against. Fina was one of the number one supporter of VDM. Fina will be tweeting VDM for president, VDM for this. That was why she reached out. That was why she was screaming his name. The video that she made when she was calling for justice, calling for Nigeria, even though she probably has more clout, more celebrity support, she'll probably have more celebrity support than VDM. If she had just not called VDM in the way that she did. But because she felt like, this is VDM, this is my brother, this is somebody that I like, this is somebody that I have always supported. That's why she called. I've had quite a few times, I've had a while to like think about this. Because I was like, why would she even call VDM like that? I remember watching the video of Fina calling VDM. I was like, Fina is going to regret this. I didn't even know that this was going to happen. But I just felt like this is just you giving more feather to VDM in a situation that he doesn't deserve. This is just you making him feel even more of a god than he already does. I just said to myself, I said, Fina is going to regret this. I had no idea why I said it, but my instinct just told me. Because I'm just like, the last thing VDM needs is for people to be calling him to come and be their savior. I just felt it. So to respond to your comment, Khadi, I have always just felt from the very beginning, from the very very beginning, there was just something. This is somebody that I could have embraced. For goodness sake, he's from my state. This is somebody that I could have embraced and supported. Or I could have just taken the route of, yeah, VDM is a king. VDM, nobody touch VDM. Oh, because that's the easiest way to get support. That's the easiest way to get following. But I'm not caught out for that. I am so not caught out for that fake life. Pretending. I cannot do it. I can't. I'll give myself away so many times. Like, I cannot blindly support somebody. I cannot ignore somebody's shortcomings and pretend as if they're not doing bad things and just support because they are popular, because a lot of people, have basically ordained him, they are God, so let me just follow. No, I'm not even built right from when I was a kid. I have never been the one to go with the crowd. And I thank God, because there were a lot of times, even as a kid, even when I was in like primary school, there were times when I always felt like, and like I was always on the side, because I just see things for what they are, and I'm just like, mm-mm. That's why my friends, like I have friends that I've known from when I was like in primary three, primary two, that are still my friends today, because when I find somebody who's my friend and we gel and we like just see it for each other, because they're hard. Because I'm not a follow person. I'm not a pushover. I'm not somebody that would just go with the crowd because, oh, you have to go with what's popular. I have never ever been that way, and I have had to pay for it. Oh, I'm not here sitting here saying, oh, it's so easy to be the one who always see things for what they are, the one who never ever jump with the crowd. I'm not going to sit here and say that I have not paid for it. I have. I have. But it doesn't matter. I'd rather be the odd one out than to go against what I believe, than to go against my better judgment, than to just follow the crowd and do what is popular, as suppose, because it's easier. No. Because what is popular is always the easy part. The hard part is seeing things for what they are and having the courage to say it and most likely stand alone. That's what's hard. But a lot of people, they want to like go with the in crowd because it's easy. It will give them access to things. It will get them to where they need to go. But the price you pay for that is very steep, and I'm not ready to pay that, because you have to keep doing it. You can never change your mind. You can never speak against that person, because if you do, you will immediately become persona non grata. If you do, you will become immediately hated. Immediately you decide, you wake up one day and say, gosh, I cannot do this anymore. I cannot just be following. That is the day that you lose everything that you built on account of you selling your conscience. So yeah, it is a costly price to pay, but it is one that I will pay 1,000,000,000 times over. 1,000,000,000 lifetime over, I will pay, because yeah, I am my own person. So yeah, I saw him from the very beginning. There was just something about him that wasn't right. And I started calling it out right away. And even people that liked me, even from because they liked the way I was talking about Cora, do you know how many of them have blocked me now? Do you know how many of them have cursed me out now? Do you know how many of them will come and say, I used to love you when you used to analyze Cora. I think you are fantastic. But now that but with this VDM, I don't agree with you at all. I don't agree with you. They will curse me out and block me. Even today, somebody who used to like support me when I talk about, other topics, but when it comes to VDM, I cannot be myself. I cannot speak my truth. I have to say what they want. So my thing is this. So if you believe, when I'm talking about other things and I'm talking about all the other topics that you agree with, so why are you not having issues with me talking about this? If you don't agree, can't you just go and just come back to come back next time when I'm talking about something else that you agree with? Why must you curse me out and tell me I am so wrong? But I was wrong. I was correct. I was right every other time, but I am wrong now. I am wrong now because I am not jumping on the bandwagon of VDM. Now, please unfollow me, I beg. I don't need that level of toxicity in my space. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm. Alera says, I support VDM, but on this issue on ground, I don't support him. He could have used his voice to help out this girl. He could have. He could have. He could have. He didn't. The one thing that really, really did it for me in this particular situation is the fact that he came out to sabotage Fina. Like, the girl in question, Ruth, wasn't out of the woods yet. It was imperative, it was important that everyone put up a united front to avoid distraction, to avoid causing issues that will end up damaging, destroying, messing up Fina's sister's possibility of getting help. To avoid this mindset of divide and conquer. Because when we are united, we are speaking one voice. They cannot divide us, they cannot conquer. They cannot, that's where the concept of divide and conquer comes into play. What they will do, they will like they would throw in, for lack of a better word, a grenade to like divide people's opinions or whatever, because they know that divided we fall. When we are divided is when they can penetrate and succeed. Like, he should have just kept whatever he was feeling in his heart. He should have just kept it for some other time, but no, no. By the time he felt like he was being sidelined, all he had in his mind was revenge, sabotage. That was all he wanted to do from then on. And if you really are somebody who is honest, you'll be able to see that. And a lot of people are seeing it. Even people who used to support him, who are supporting him in other ways, they are now seeing the kind of person that he is. Even people have had unwavering support. And that's why I was talking about this yesterday and saying that you can just tell that he's rattled by this. He has become so restless. He was posting and doing all kinds of things because he had become restless. Because he has seen the picture. He now knows that on this particular issue, he's on the wrong side. And even his most loyal, his fiercest supporters, even the people who kept quiet and watched while he dragged Iyabo Ojo and attempted to put something in Iyabo's head that she had nothing to do with. They kept quiet, they sat through all of that and let that happen. Even those people couldn't sit quiet and watch him do this. And he's seeing the writing on the wall. And that's the reason why he's running helter-skelter. That's the reason why he has become so unsettled.
And he tell people when you even get 2 followers, and they say make a video and tag me. Use your voice to speak. Then I will see somebody that has thousands of followers, millions of followers, that is speaking. I will not hate him. You don't have sense. If VDM go, will you do his work? Are we going to finish the work? Nigeria not be work on the own. Don't we need more VDM? But
Yeah, but that's another thing. This narrative about a VDM go, who's going to finish the work. Again, this is still somebody that is still putting VDM on a pedestal, making it seem as though if VDM doesn't do it, nobody else will do it. So me, I disagree with that mindset. That if VDM doesn't do it, nobody else is going to do it. I don't agree with that. Because that's the reason why a lot of people have allowed him to do whatever and get away with a lot of things. because of this mindset. Oh, will people do VDM? A lot of people have been doing it. A lot of people will continue to do it. Yes, there was a reason why he was thrust into the forefront, but there are so many people who are doing work on the side. On the side, I even shouted one out yesterday, Tonto DK. There are so many people that are doing things. But what VDM wants to do is kick all these other people out so that he can be the HBIC. But how is that okay? So if people are saying, will VDM if VDM doesn't do it, who will do the work? The same way that he came into the limelight, there are so many people that can do it. All they want is to get notoriety, and they will do a better job, and they will not be egotistical. There are so many people that I don't even want to mention. There's this particular guy, I don't want to mention his name, that has been doing a fantastic job. You don't see him beefing with people. He does his activism, charity work, NGO, and that's what he focuses on. There are people who are doing it. It's not about making the loudest noise, but it seems our people really enjoy people who brag, people who are bragado, people who will come and say, the movement, the biggest movement. Una like that kind of thing. Otherwise, there are so many people that are giving back to their society every day. They don't get the spotlight shone on them. They don't get support. Maybe because they're not fine rich, they don't get the quote unquote physical attributes that some people have attributed to VDM. To me, he's just average. But to some, he's like Prince Charming. There are so many people doing the work. So this narrative of if VDM doesn't do it, will somebody else do it? Yeah. There are so many people who've been doing it. So many people. But the thing is that a lot of them, because they get to a point where they see that people are actually putting them on a pedestal, they will start acting up. That's the mindset. We need to let people know that, yeah, we appreciate the work that you're doing, but we also will not condone when you start getting pig-headed about it, acting as if you are the last meat in a big pot of soup. We will not accept that either. Do you get? Accountability is very important. You cannot say because somebody is doing the right thing, because somebody is doing good philanthropic work, you're just going to ignore when they do bad things. No. Before you know it, they're siphoning money, doing other things. And you won't say anything. People won't say anything because some of them are just afraid that they will be eaten up in the comment section if they even bring up whatever issues, concerns they have about the hero, the court leader.
When they come to the comment section, they say, oh.
Somebody is asking, what has he done wrong here? Go and watch my video from the beginning. I'm not going to, I know you're being sarcastic. I know you are asking a facetious question. I'm not going to waste my time addressing it. If you're asking what has he done wrong, that means you are one of the blinded ones. You only hear what you want to hear. Even if I go back and break down what he has done wrong, tomorrow you will still go someplace else or come back and be asking what has he done wrong, because you're not asking a serious question. You're just being sarcastic, and the next thing is to defend. Go and defend him over there. I've already told you people, if you're a VDM supporter and you feel like he's your God, he can do no wrong, you are not welcomed in my space. I don't need you. I need people that are open-minded, that even if you're a VDM supporter, you are able to point out that, okay, there are some things that he does that are not okay. But asking me what has he done wrong here just shows me that you are not ready, you're not serious, you're not a serious person.
It's because
if you just joined the live and you are really asking a genuine question, that's not how you will ask me that question. What has he done wrong here? You're asking a sarcastic question. You're asking a facetious question.
You don't like VDM. Why? Why? Why would I not like him? Oh, VDM has his bad parts. But criticize that bad parts. I'm a proud trenches nation person. When we do wrong, we criticize. The way where the Rattels come at me yesterday, fake page, and they wonder. I said, is VDM a leader? A bad word. Is let's all shit up.
They don't care. They don't care if you are not worshiping the ground that VDM stands on, if you're not talking about what an amazing Messiah he is. They don't want to hear. They will come at you. They will bully you. They will force. That's why a lot of people that even when their heart is really in the right place, they've done the right thing. They are on the right cause. Criticizing VDM justly, correctly, when they go in the comment section and they see what is being said to them in the comment section and they see how people are bullying them in the comment section by simply speaking their mind, expressing how they feel about VDM's action, it discourages them. The next time you see them make a video, they will not be talking about anything that they saw VDM do wrong again. No. They will jump on the bandwagon of worshiping VDM, praising VDM, acting as if VDM is the last meat in a big pot of soup. VDM cannot do anything wrong. VDM is the blessing that Nigeria has been praying for, because they were dragged for speaking actual facts about what they thought was not okay in VDM's behavior, because the ratatouilles, they don't want to hear that. They didn't join your page. They didn't follow you to hear you criticize or check him or whatever. No, they want you to praise him and worship him, to validate how they feel about him. That's what they want you to do. And if you're not doing that, then you're gonna feel the wrath of the ratatouilles. You're gonna feel it. Then go feel it.
Our sword. VDM, oh yeah, you take the lead. Is it a bad word? You shouldn't have said this one, Oga. Is it a bad word? Nobody should criticize him. Nobody should criticize VDM. You are a bastard. If you are here, you are cursing me. You cursed me before. You are a bastard. Now Google kill you. Now the Oguwe VDM they serve will kill you now. She has died though. Ruth has died. I was literally explaining to you people. When I made a video and said, very dark man tried though. That other person, he tried. We must give kudos to whom is due. Nobody said anything. You people did not say anything. All the times I've praised him, nobody, you don't say it. But one single criticism, it's as if the person, you are mad. If you ever think that you can shut me up, you are mad. You will die untimely. If you ever think that you can shut me up, you can make me not say my mind. Even when I know that I am not saying anything wrong, you want to shut me up. The devil will shut you up. I said everybody come together. I spoke to Izzy. I spoke to Fina. I don't speak with VDM. I don't know him. So, it's only through media. But that message, nobody will get sense. Where go look and not say, okay. Even if you're supposed to come like this, but what you said is not wrong. But because a lot of you are idiots. Look at the Nigerians we are fighting for. Nigerians that cannot use their brain. Nigerians that cannot think. All we're saying is add your voices. Let's pressure these people. For once, let's get justice. That's what we were saying. They don't die. They explain. Fina not even explain them. I explain and give and I say they don't cut our private parts. Like they don't cut our nash comots.
Hey.
They need to construct it afresh. There's no time for this back and forth. Make I go analyze Fina own. Make I go analyze VDM mom. Make I go analyze this one. Make I go analyze that one. There's no time. One come say, it's because they monetize your page. You're bastards. Anybody that knows me normally knows that anything that concerns money, not they get issue with me. I never ever get issue with money. I've never ever withdrawn from Facebook. Not by force. Do I'm dumb. I don't know how to do it. I don't know my Facebook password. Every day now they reset. I don't know how to check it. It's just there.
They will say, and this is something that I have heard a lot, especially whenever I'm talking about VDM. They will say things like, you're just doing this to cash out. That's the reason why you're criticizing VDM. And I will look at this and I'll be like, hey, really? And you think you now that brain, now you tell they raise children. Are you using that brain to cross the street? Do you know that it is more beneficial to sit here and defend VDM than it is to criticize VDM? Do you even understand that? They'll say you're doing it to cash out. You are criticizing VDM to cash out. I say, cash out what? Why do you think people are shoving their morality, their belief system where the sun don't shine just so they can go and blindly defend VDM? Because it's a lot more profitable to defend VDM than it is to hold him accountable. So when I see them come in my comment section and say, yeah, you're doing it to cash out, I say, Kai, no, they use that brain, they cross street. No, before this Dangote truck business, now you go, they use that brain, they cross street. I'll just be looking at them and saying, is this really what you think? Do you think if this is about cashing out, do you think I would not have jumped on the VDM bandwagon and just spew whatever nonsense that I want to spew in a bid to cash out? Do you think if this really was about money, I will not be on the other side, I will not be on the wrong side of history? Because defending VDM blindly is you being on the wrong side of history. If you don't know, now you know. Blindly defending VDM, not checking him when he does something wrong, screaming and bullying people for holding him accountable, is you being on the wrong side of history. Let me tell you. So if I wanted to be on the wrong side of history, if this was all about money and cashing out, trust me, Namigo come here, begin a shout, VDM is the Oduga. Nobody touch my VDM. But like I said, I can never do that. That's not how I was raised. I can never go against my moral compass. I can never see somebody doing bad thing and because of monetary incentive or views or whatever, ignore their bad thing and start supporting them blindly. That can never be me. Sorry.
Which day I lost about $1,000 something. I don't know how it went. I don't know the account where you enter. I don't know. So no. So when I see them monetize, if you're sick, I'm a fashion designer, I'm a tailor, I work. You people don't think. Everybody is just selfish.
Yep.
Keep your emotions aside. Let's do this thing for this girl. Because big man, one person know the fuel them. Everybody needs to hold their shirts and be able to drag them. It pay me, oh. It pain me. It pain me. It pain me. Kai. So much distraction. Let them apologize to each other. If not, no justice. Are you mad? Are you mad? They are adults. It pain me. Rattles. You people, a lot of you, are useless. I said it, yes. I see your fake pages. I see your empty pages. Use it to go to people's comment section to curse them. Nobody should have an opinion. You are all bastards. Yes, my people differed with me. A lot of my trenches people said, oh, Mama, I like you, but see what I think. It's okay to disagree constructively. You are a mad woman. Have you ever led any protest? You are a fool. Jobless motherfuckers. Empty brains. You don't think. You are too daft to think. Many persons don't want to talk. See the way that, please, oh, so that they will not come and insult you. Oh, insult me! Insult me! Bring on with the insult. Come with the insult. Come and insult me. Children from broken families, come and insult me. Children from useless fathers, come and insult me. Insult me, say what's happen. Say I say more we no quarrel. Oh yeah, everybody don't do. More now talk. Dangote they use juju. You don't use juju, scatter everybody. Oh, you not see that one. Oh, insult me. Insult me.
No, she really let them have it, and I am really, really proud. I'm really happy. Actually, so I've never met this person before on social media. I've never known them. I was on Gossip Mail, and the thing popped up. I was like, who is this one? And I started listening to her, and she was speaking with such passion. She's just one of those people who have had it. One of those people who obviously used to support VDM, and from every indication, she still does. She still supports VDM, but God forbid you say something that the Ratatouilles do not agree with, they will just turn you into public enemy number one. They will just forget every other time that you have had his back. They'll forget every other time that you had done, supported him and be there for him and whatever. They don't care. They want you to be exactly like them. They want you to think exactly like them. Now, wow. Now, wow. Not be juju be that. Not be juju be that. You are right, Joyce. Joyce says VDM, the notorious gang leader. Yeah. 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 And then I saw, you know what I saw? The first manipulative move that he made today. This was before he even made the video. I believe it was after he did this and he was advised against it. The first manipulative move he made was to post a video addressing something that happened a while ago. I even posted about this when it happened. There was a report that his music had been taken out of streaming services because it was part of the court judgment that his music be taken out of the streaming service. Okay. So hold on. When I saw that, we even talked about it here, Seth. We talked about the story here, Seth. And then VDM decided, oops, sorry, in a bid to distract from the Okutuku that was waiting for him, in a bid to paint himself out to be a victim, he then decided that it was today. I guess he was preparing that one for the day that he was going to need it so that he can play victim. He then decided that it was today that he was going to address something that happened weeks and weeks and weeks ago. He then decided that he was going to report on a channel news. Is it channel news or I don't know, one of the networks that reported on the story. He then decided to bring that out instead of addressing. This was after it was reported that Fina's sister had passed through. He then decided to bring that one up and use it to like gain sympathy for himself. But again, he knows, he sees the numbers, he sees the algorithm, he sees the analytics. He knew that people were not buying it. He probably saw the comments. And so he decided to come out and make another video addressing Ruth's passing and basically blaming bloggers and blaming everybody else, pointing fingers at everyone but himself. This is what he does. He's a manipulator. When I saw that video that he did talking about the story that was weeks and weeks and weeks ago, when I saw that, and he said, they are bullying me. Oh, let me even see if I can share it. Let me share my screen. He made a video and he was like, they are bullying me. I said, look, in his mind, he thinks this one is going to like absorb him, or in his mind, he thinks this is going to like get people to feel sorry for him, to see him as a victim or what. I just shook my head. A story that had been, after he did that one, he did another story about a pastor story. It was after that, when he saw the reaction that people were not buying whatever he was selling, that he decided to address Fina's sister situation. I'm gonna, I need to spray something. There's something that is just okay. So it was in that moment that he decided that he was going to address that. It just really tells you the kind of person that he is. He's so dishonest. He's such a gaslighter, and he's so deceptive. So deceptive. And at this one, people they look, no. Nobody is perfect. I'm not expecting perfection from this man. But at least don't be a gaslighter. When you make a mistake, own up to it. Don't come here and start acting as if you can do no wrong. That's how the country got to where they are today. So this is what he did. So he posted this and he says, they are oppressing me now, abuse of power, God they. This is a story that broke long ago from TVC News. This story broke long ago, but VDM decided that today was the perfect day because he was looking for something to distract. He was looking for something to make himself out to be the victim. This was a story about how his music was pulled from streaming service because of the legal under court order. His music was pulled from streaming service. He really thought that today or 4 days after everything that he had done, after his obvious attempt to sabotage Ruth's case had blown up in his face, he really thought that he could come and post a story that will make people feel sorry for him by posting about how they are trying to they've ordered his music removed. Something that happened a long time ago. You didn't talk about it then. You didn't talk about it then. You knew this happened. You knew. You didn't talk about it. The case was even adjourned. You knew this happened, but you were thinking that you can use it to escape consequences. He never takes accountability, and that is not an example of a good leader. A good leader takes accountability. When you F up, you say, yes, I F'd up. Nobody is perfect. A good leader must know that they are not perfect. Nobody is expecting perfection, but people want accountability. When you mess up, people want to hear you say, I messed up and I am sorry. How can we fix this? People respect that. But if you're walking around with your God complex, eventually some people that are really, really carried away by you, they are bought into whatever you're selling, they might put up with it, but eventually even those ones will start thinking, what am I even doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Even they will start feeling that way, like something is wrong with them. So yeah. They are. Even imagine one person here that is telling me, that is asking me, what has he done now? No matter what, they will never see what he does. They will never see the errors in his ways. They will never see his bad actions. They will never see it. So, like, even trying to like see reasons with them is an exercise in futility. So why waste my time? Anyways, Ruth, my dear, you fought a good fight. Oh, you didn't give up. It's unfortunate that we didn't get the outcome that we were hoping for. Many of us were hoping for. May your soul rest in perfect peace, Ruth Otabo. I just hope that now that she's no longer here, Dangote's people will do right by her in taking care of her children. That's just my hope. That's just my prayer. Because they have to, they need to. It's unfortunate. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Hi. So yeah, I thought I saw somebody in the chat. Yeah, it is very sad, Joyce. It's very sad. It's very sad. And even though, let me not even say that, honestly. This is such a tragic thing, honestly. Such a tragic thing. I just hope they do right by her children. And now you have the baby daddy coming out. That one, I haven't even had time to like delve into research that one, but I'm hearing that the baby daddy is coming out now, and he's calling Fina names, and he's also giving his own side of the story. I would not even be surprised if VDM has something to do with this, because he is on a mission. VDM is on a mission to discredit Fina. And even if it means bringing baby daddy out, who is not married to this woman, just to continue his effort to turn people against, just to continue his effort to turn people against. Am I still live? Can you guys still hear me? Okay. Just to turn people against Fina, because he seemed to have a vendetta against Fina and the family now. So even if that's what he's going to do, even if it means bringing baby daddy out to come and be trash talking Fina, but I'm still looking into that. So I'll do more research and talk about it if there is a need. But I was just seeing some things about that today. I was just like, here we go. Here we go. Now they've gone to pull somebody out from God knows where. They've gone to pull somebody out, this one out from God knows where. And this person is now bad mouthing Fina. All of a sudden, someone who hasn't done that before is now bad mouthing Fina. For me, I was just checking the story. Immediately I saw the story, I was just like, yeah, this has VDM written all over it. But I'll check it out and give you guys the gist if it is worth even discussing, honestly, because all these side characters, they just need to go away. Go away. You side character, go away. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Joyce, I hope you have an amazing rest of your night. I'll catch you guys later.